Welcome to Feed the Frontline, a 30-minute program introducing you to Cookshop and its efforts to feed the frontline workers on the COVID-19 emergency response. Welcome. I am Lisa White. Cookshop is a tech company that uses technology to service the food industry, creating the first online and on-demand food grocery delivery service.
Your order will be delivered in the next 15 minutes, sir.
Cookshop collaborates with farmers and supermarkets and even restaurants like the Calabash to deliver meals and groceries and even wellness products to the people who need them. What you may not know about Cookshop is that it has used its expertise to help Liberians survive and prevail against major health emergencies like Ebola and COVID-19. During this pandemic, Cookshop has worked closely with the Ministry of Health, the National Public Health Institute, and the Ministry of Agriculture to track the disease and to support Liberia's national food distribution network. COVID-19 has had a devastating effect on the entire food supply chain, which has increased food prices and reduced the availability of food. The pandemic also placed a heavy economic burden on Liberians, including those on the front lines fighting the pandemic. Cookshop, through its work with the health authorities and with its vendors, decided to further support the coronavirus response effort by providing meals to our heroes on the front lines.
Thank you so much.
We introduce you to some of them in this program in the hopes that you will appreciate their work and their sacrifices and their efforts to restore Liberia to normal days and normal life. But first, let's hear from our Cookshop founders, Charles Dormy Cooper and Melintu Wesley.
COVID-19 has had a devastating impact globally, and Liberia is no exception. A recent study from King's College in London found that even while wearing PPEs, frontline workers are at 3 times the risk of catching the disease. But this epidemic is not only a burden to our healthcare system, we also face an economic crisis as small businesses are in distress due to restrictions. We created the Feed the Frontline campaign to provide daily cooked meals for frontline workers, while also generating sales for local restaurants that partner with Cookshop. Consider the nursing supervisor who's working 3 8-hour shifts testing patients for COVID-19, or the small business owner who's seen her sales drop by 90% in a matter of days.
Underlining these efforts is a company that cares deeply for Liberia, especially during this pandemic. Giving free food to frontline workers at their areas of assignment will reduce stress and provide better health care. These nurses, doctors, police officers, and community teams are here to fight the virus. Let's do our part to make sure that they're not left hungry on the job and don't have to leave work to find food.
We are Cookshop Street Team.
And this is what we do.
You can help too.
And if you're on the Minster network,
Donate now by going to Cookshop.biz.
You can dial *747#.
Feed the Frontline!
You've heard from our founders. Now let's travel to a community called Smell No Taste. Smell No Taste is a small community near the Roberts International Highway. It's so named by villagers in the area during World War II, when U.S. military soldiers at a nearby facility would cook their food. Villagers would smell the food but could not taste it. It is in this community that we catch up with Bindu Yeke. She's a 31-year-old nursing supervisor who tests arriving passengers for COVID-19.
I wake up in the morning, tell God thank you for sparing my life. Make sure our children got food to eat, yes. And we got so many preparations to be done. Like I said, I got flight 12. I had to go set up before 12. We can do what we can do, but God Almighty is our protector. is the isolation area, wherein when we have a suspect case, this is where we bring them. We do 2 types of testing. We do the rapid test, we do the viral test, and we do the swab test. It will impact my life positively, and I will be very much grateful for that. Because one, it will help to save my finances, yes. And then also my colleagues. Like I said, NPHIL sent some staff here. They leave from time and come. Food very expensive at the airport. They're fighting hard on transportation, and they're thinking how to get food to eat. So if you people do that for us, we'll be very grateful. And it will impact our life positively, because that money that they will use to buy food, they can use that money for transportation. I can use that money for my daughter or even for breakfast at home. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. This will really, really help us, help our colleagues from town. He lives in town, had to pay his way, come, buy food to eat. And since the coronavirus issues, we started screening passengers like January, and then by February, the ministry came in. And since February up to today, we have been facing the particular challenge. But with this, we tell God thank you. That's what I said. Our long-awaited prayer requests have been answered.
On the day that Cookshop interviewed Bindu, 2 passengers tested positive for COVID-19. With your support, we can ensure that these frontline workers are fortified and strengthened to fight the pandemic.
My name is Thomas Dona. I'm the Commissioner General of the Liberia Revenue Authority. I support Cookshop's Feed the Frontline campaign. Many of our healthcare workers and security officers are on the front line risking their lives to fight coronavirus and keep us safe. We need to help them help us, and Cookshop wants you and me to join them to provide hot meals for these frontline warriors every day. For this to happen, we all have to support Cookshop's Feed the Frontline campaign. No matter how big or small your donation is important. Whatever you contribute, together our donation will provide meals for healthcare workers and security officers fighting coronavirus. I have chosen to donate and ask you to kindly donate also. Together, I can assure you we can make a difference.
We have continental and African dishes here, and I've been in partnership, or let's say business, with Cookshop for the past 1 year plus now. Well, I feel good to be a part of that, because if you are into something like helping out there, it's unexplainable, right? But at least you can reach out to people and make sure that whatever that enters the system is well put together. We're trying to help out there because they cannot do it they themselves. This is the reason we all have to put together to help each and every one of the people within Liberia.
The aspect of feeding the kids is really terrible because, first of all, with our program, we have extended school day. So instead of just students leaving around 12 or 1 o'clock, the school day extends up to around 2. So now the question is, and most of the students or parents think that, possibly we'll find a means to be able to feed them. Unfortunately, as part of that particular, our program does not cover school feeding. So we have to find means and speak to organizations that have, that have something to offer in terms of giving some feeding to our students. So it's based on that we've been talking to Cookshop, and Cookshop was able to help to feed some of the children, like in some of our schools. So up to like 200 of those students get some support from Cookshop. As we may know, here in Liberia, the situation with poverty is really high, and so as a result, the parents don't have money to provide recess for their kids. And so with the help of Cookshop, these children are able to have something to be able to cover that.
Hello, how you say this so?
My sister, I'm hungry. Just imagine I worked the whole night up to this morning. I get one strength to even walk from here to go back Kobo.
Sorry, but that's why we're here.
For true? Hey, thank you.
You're doing very well for us. Since Ebola time and now this COVID-19 time. So in our weak way, it is our honor, thank you.
My sister, I want to find out one thing here. Who you?
We're from Cookshop. What happened is that plenty Liberians and friends of Liberia have helped us so we can bring you all this free food.
Hey, my sister, thank you plenty. But, ain't see my stomach that on me? That bowl, the way I'm looking at it. I want 3 or 8. Bring 3 before something happen here just now. Thank you to Cookshop, and thank you to all those that are helping to feed the frontline workers.
Feed the Frontline!
Welcome back to Feed the Frontline, a program introducing you to Cookshop and its campaign to feed frontline workers.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaisla, and I am a music producer, a songwriter, and a singer from Liberia. And kicking COVID-19 out of Liberia is very important to me. It means a whole lot. So I'm asking each and everyone out there to please support the Feed the Frontline campaign by the Cookshop. So all you have to do is to visit the website Cookshop.org to make your donation. Better still, if you're a Lone Star Cell subscriber, all you have to do is star 747# and make your donation. Thank you.
Now we visit dispatch, not at the Liberian National Police, but at the Emergency Medical Services, located here at JFK behind the main complex. Emergency Medical Services sends ambulances staffed with medical professionals to the urgently sick, particularly those with COVID-19. Emergency Medical Services Director Mark Luke tells us all about it.
This department, the Emergency Medical Response, is comprised of 2 sections. We have the EMS section and we have the respiratory section. Like for now, we have 4 respiratory therapists at the Military Hospital who are caring for corona patients. Basically, they are the key at that particular entity right there. So, got to set up the 2 systems within the department. And the main challenge is funding. Basically, I have about 80 staff, 80 personnel, basically, from the Ministry of Health that were employed with the unit. And then I have almost close to 25 volunteers that help. So the staff are getting it ready for this morning run, because anytime from now, they'll be having a call. That's the thing we've been trying from the day I got here, joined the unit. From the day up to now, it have not really been settled, because you have people who are emergency workers. Sometimes when they come, they don't even sign. As soon as they get on board, there's a call for them to go, for the case. So then you have to eat before you go. How would that happen? Now they are getting ready, putting their dollars together to see how they can run to some Kobo shop behind JFK 23. So they imagine where you drove to come in. That where they're going to walk from to go look for food to eat, something that is cheap, because they have to be at 7:30. So you can't wake, I don't know when you will wake up to face food before you come to work, 7:30, because you got to get on the road to find a cab to come to work. So when they come here, that when they put their money together, and it's so sad sometimes some of them will not even have money to buy food. They got to hang on their friends. Many of them, sometimes we got to chip in and they go and get the food. Some will sit and see their friend going to go eat and they can't afford, so they won't be able to follow the John. Thank you very much for this food. On behalf of the healthcare workers, frontline healthcare worker in Liberia, I want to say thank you very much to Cookshop Liberia for this lunch and the meal that they will be providing every time for us. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Our Feed the Frontline campaign aims to provide hundreds of meals every day to frontline workers. Your contribution will directly support their efforts and encourage others to help, so that together we can kick COVID-19 out of Liberia.
Your contribution to our campaign will go towards strengthening the ability of frontline workers to fight the coronavirus pandemic, as well as to support local businesses to remain in operation.
We are Cookshop Street Team. And this is what we do.
You can help too. And if you're on the Lucent Network,
Donate now by going to Cookshop.biz.
You can dial *747#.
Stay tuned to Cookshop's social media, found on Cookshop.biz, and email updates for stories from the front line. Check out the Daily Observer for weekly features. When you appreciate the front line, you not only give meals to those fighting COVID-19, but you also support local restaurants and small-scale farmers. Take this important step now. Donate to Feed the Frontline campaign at Cookshop.org or *747# on the Lone Star Network. Make a difference today. Together, we can kick the coronavirus out of Liberia. For Cookshop, I am Lisa White.